Hello everyone, my name is Vildrin and I'm the senior analyst in Being Crypto. So today with me we have Ankit, who is our trader and community manager, and we're gonna talk about the fact that Bitcoin has front-run its major long-term support, and it is now whether there's a possibility for a new bullish run ahead. So yeah, I'm just gonna share my screen. Okay, yeah, so we're good. Okay, so basically the main thing with Bitcoin right now is this, to me at least, is this deviation and reclaim of this area at about 25,700, 800. So I mean, I always looked for possible deviations and reclaims, and I think that are uh, very strong and reliable signs of trend reversals. So basically, we have a downward movement here. The price kind of hovers above 27,700 for a while, 27,800 bounce, and then it seemingly breaks down on September 11th. But then afterwards, it creates this bullish candlestick, and it has been increasing since. So the fact that this does look like a 5-wave drop, to me, further supports this possibility. And next is the RSI. So I really like the RSI movement here. So what we do have basically is this massive bullish divergence here that has been ongoing for a month, and now we even do have a swing failure pattern, because as we can see, the RSI is now above this previous bullish divergence high. So a really strong sign of a bullish reversal, the way I'm seeing it. And then finally the RSI is broken out from its previous bearish divergence trend line. So yeah, I mean, this reclaim, if you recall, basically the entire downward movement started with a very similar deviation. So we had this 31,200 resistance here. Price seemingly broke out, but invalidated that entire thing the next day. And then, I mean, it has been falling since. So basically, this is the exact same pattern. It's just happening in the other direction. And now another thing which I do like about this divergence is that, I mean, it's a bullish divergence that does take the price outside of its oversold territory at about 19. So, I mean, both bullish divergence in the daily time frame is somewhat rare, and the fact that this also takes the price outside of the oversold territory just increases its importance. And yeah, just like looking at the movement here, we can see how rare these divergences have been. So there was one here which actually preceded the entire upward movement, and there was one here which led to a pretty significant, like 40 something percent increase. So I'm not sure if the button is in yet. Like the way I mean, there are two ways I'm counting it. I'm leaning on the first one. So one would be that, sorry. Honestly, both lines of counts are pretty weird. So in the first one, we do have this extended first wave, and then this pretty small triangle as part of the fourth wave. And then we have this running correction, which is extremely bullish if this is indeed the correct count. So we do have this running ABC correction. So yeah, in this possibility, then we have just completed the like long-term 1, 2, and now we're in a 3, 4, 5. Not drawn up the scale obviously, but Yeah, we're in a big wave three, and the other possibility is that we did have this sort of a diagonal pattern. Again, also pretty weird looking. And now we're in a sort of ABC correction. So yeah, we're probably in the B wave now. And yeah, sorry. And but yeah, the price will reach a high soon, and then it will fall to complete the C wave. But yeah, either way, I do think that the bottom is in. Like if you look at it from a long-term perspective, that we're probably in like a big two wave here. But what I mean by I'm not sure if the bottom is in is if like this is the actual bottom here or if it's not, and like we will make a slightly lower low, but I'm kind of leaning that this is the bottom, to be honest. Like I really think that bullish divergence is strong, and when we do combine it with a deviation and reclaim, it just like really supports the possibility of a bullish reversal. Now honestly, I'm trying, like I don't know what this is, maybe some sort of like weird diagonal. Maybe I don't know, like it's really hard to count this, but honestly, it does look bullish to me either way. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, right. As of right now, I'm pretty bullish on Bitcoin. So yeah, I'll just give it to Ankit.
Yeah, thank you, Vildrin. Uh, I'll just present my screen. Uh,
I'm not seeing it yet. Okay, now it.
yes. Okay, so on the monthly time frame, we had a pretty good support at 23,000, 23,300 something. So, and the weekly support at 24.3, which hasn't been tested yet, which I expected BTC to test when it started falling down from 31.2. So there is nothing conclusive, uh, I would say, on the monthly time frame. Uh, but what is making me bullish is the weekly time frame, to be honest, because I was looking at this candle close, which was at 25.9, and this candle broke down below this, and we have a successful close above it. So this is looking like a deviation to me, kind of a failed breakdown. So that is one very bullish thing, and it is happening on the weekly time frame. So it is, uh, worthwhile to be putting some money in, I would say. Uh, Also, the last 4 weeks, 4 5 weeks now, this candle, these low has been taken out. All the lows have been taken out the previous week, and the candle has closed above the resistance. And supposedly, the liquidity below this has been taken, and market has absorbed all the sell orders. So that is another point that is bullish here. Uh, Another thing I want to point out is, like, there are some bullish things that I have just mentioned, but look at this chart at the daily time frame. We still are at a resistance. So, because this is the resistance which I had uh, drawn from previous times, and this is currently a resistance. But I think uh, the weekly resistance at 28K should be tested again. If this is sort of bullish, and obviously there are pretty good reasons to think this is a bullish run in play because of the bullish divergence that Waldron has already pointed out, and higher time frame resistance supports are not being tested, and the BTC has front ran those support areas, and basically it happens when the market isn't in the mood to get everyone on board and just shoots up. So that's the main idea. Another thing I want to share with you is this one. This is the USDT dominance market cap, and we have a bearish divergence at the weekly time frame here, and it is at a resistance. We have already gotten a deviation once, so it is highly unlikely that we get another one. And I think USDT dominance is going to, you know, decline from here, which is at the resistance is at 8.22%, and I think it is going to decline from here. I mean, last time we got a move when that USDT dominance declined was back in September 20. I mean, this candle, you can see it is 28th September 2020. And what happened with BTC at that time was this. This is the 28th September 2020 candle for BTC, and it shot up. So I think it is kind of a hopium, I would say. But if USDT dominance declines as I think it should, because of the bearish divergence that I mentioned, BTC is looking to be very impressive, and I think uh, there is a very good chance that we'll get a bull run soon. I mean, technically, there are a lot of things to keep in mind because there are always lower time frame resistances, and which we will look forward to being reclaimed, and see if they are reclaimed, and for just for confirmation purposes. But I think there is a pretty good chance that BTC is going to move forward. If I mean, there is a very good risk reward setup, and if this fails, I think BTC can go lower to 20K, 21K. But if the setup fails, I mean, if this starts breaking down from here and we get a close below 25.9K, which is this support now, which it has given a deviation below. If we start losing that again, then it will start looking bearish. But for now, it is a very bullish thing that has been transpiring in the markets from last week or two, and we have a pretty good buying from the market so far, and we'll see how the price action uh, is, be put forward for us at this resistance at the daily. But I'm pretty sure that we are in a very good territory that can lead to a bullish run in the future.
Yeah, thanks for that, Ankit. Yeah, so basically we have very similar thoughts, I guess, on the Ethereum price movement. And okay, yeah, so I'll just share my screen and talk about some altcoins and a bit on the Bitcoin dominance rate. Okay, so wait, I'm still on Bitcoin for some reason. Okay, my bad. So in the case of Ethereum, we do have this really, really long-term ascending support line. So basically the line has been in place for like more than 400 days. Honestly, I would have liked it if Ethereum didn't reach it at all and just like continued its increase, but that has not been the case. But when we look at the lower time frame, the movement seems pretty identical to that of Bitcoin. And in fact, the deviation and reclaim is even stronger. And we do have this like massive bullish divergence here. And again, RSI is moving above 50, so that's another strong bullish sign. So I do think that Ethereum does do a similar up move to Bitcoin. And when we look at the ETH BTC chart, it is falling right now. However, we also do have this wedge looking pattern, which has been ongoing for a while. And the price is very close to the golden ratio. I mean, it's actually slightly below it right now. So maybe it goes to the 0.796 here. But yeah, I mean, very likely the price does bounce once it gets here at the support line of the wedge and the fib support level. And there's also potentially bullish divergence here. So what do we have? I mean, there's actually a slight divergence already in the weekly time frame. So yeah, I think we'll eventually get a bounce from here. I'm not sure where it goes. But yeah, another altcoin which I really do like, I've been liking for a while, is Link. And it's actually one of the biggest gainers right now. So basically, Link had this exact same setup. However, it was on a weekly time frame. So we had this hovering above the support here. Then the price deviated below it. And yeah, RSI did generate bullish divergence again. And now the price has just reclaimed the area and retested its support. So yeah, I think Link is like likely to actually break out from this very, very long-term range right here. Long-term range, sorry. And yeah, okay, so I'll just do the dominance rate a little, and I guess that's it on my side. Honestly, also at a crucial level here, because it has broken out from its long-term resistance line. However, RSI also went overbought real quick, and now the price is falling the RSI is falling to its ascending trend line as seen here in green. So I guess if it breaks down from the trend line and this area here, it would mean that the increase was a deviation. But as it stands, yeah, this still does look pretty bullish. Okay, so yeah, that was it on my side, and I'll just give it back to Ankit now.
I'm not looking at all because there is a reason. Because I mean, with BTC dominance looking to rise, and with Ethereum, I'm not. Let me share my screen for Ethereum. I'm not very confident on it. Uh, I mean, I hope you can see my screen now. I mean, this is the weekly time frame for Ethereum, and I mean, the resistances are just overhead, and there is a pretty solid monthly level, and it just looks like it's just broke down. I mean, this is looking to be a deviation above the above the monthly level here, and I'm not very sure about. I mean, this is all a deviation. I mean, I would say because this was a resistance at monthly level at 1677, and we had a bunch of price action for a few months now, and it's just broken down that support, which should have been a very good support. And I mean, if we get a break from the monthly, you expect that the price to shoot up, and do not want to, you know, you do not want the price to be retesting it and let alone breaking it down. And it has broken down here on the last monthly candle. So this looks pretty bad to me. I mean, I'm not very sure about Ethereum's, I would say, bullish. I'm not very sold out on the bullish thing on Ethereum yet. I mean, I wouldn't buy. I can't buy this level just below the resistance. So I mean, I'm not very sure about it. So I mean, and BTC dominance, as you had already shown the chart, there is a very high uh, thing that it will be rising, and when BTC rise and Ethereum is looking weak, I mean, I'm not very sold out on, you know, the idea of buying alts or looking into alts per se, because I mean, it has to be something, very technical to me for something to be interested in. Like, I'm not very. I mean, Link is a very good option because Link is already. Uh, Link has been my favorite since you mentioned it, and I had already bought some, and I'm already in that position on spot. So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, Link is a very, very good option, but I'm not very confident about any other alt. Uh, I was looking at Rune. I was, I mean, it had broken down. I had some shorts there, and then the news event came. Again, the profits were booked, but we are out of position now. So I'm not very sold on the idea on buying alts in the near future until the market proves me wrong and Ethereum shows some promise. So I do not have any chart to put forward for any alt.
Yeah, and
So
like
y-
yeah, and like historically, like in previous cycles, usually Bitcoin is the one to lead, and alts usually lag in the beginning. So Bitcoin does have that like massive bull run where it just goes parabolic, and alts even fall in USD terms. But then, yeah, eventually when it consolidates, money starts flowing into alts, and then they start increasing. So yeah, definitely, if we are in that like early portion of the bull run, it would make sense for like altcoins to lag behind considerably.
yeah,
Mm,
I mean the money has to come from somewhere, right? Because if money starts pouring in BTC, alts won't be showing any promise. So
yeah,
I mean there can be a few rallies here and there, but not very technical. So I mean can't predict those and can't buy anything out of. I mean it will be pure luck if I bought something and it shoots up. So I
yeah.
mean if you have any questions on alts, or if there are any question or something that I can put my thesis forward, I would love to answer them. But other than that, I mean, I'm done from my side.
Yeah, okay, so I guess let's just wait if we have any questions, and if not, then I guess this is the end for today's webinar.
It has been a boring market for some time, and it's boring for us traders to see like nothing's happening. The signals, I mean, the signals or the trade ideas that I want for myself, that I want to take. I mean, there is nothing. I mean, scalping on lower time frames is the only thing that has been happening, and to pass the time, I would say, uh, fiddling on the lower lower fund account. So that's just fun, but the markets has been very boring, and we'll see. how BTC reacts to this resistance for now, and see how alts do.
So I guess we don't have any questions. Yes, so then this is it for today's webinar. So thanks to everyone for joining, and we will see you in the next session. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys.